Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Is it ever too early to talk about a mock draft? In the world of college football and the NFL, it seems there's always a reason to look ahead, especially when it comes to the next wave of prospects. The 2025 NFL Draft just concluded a week ago, but that hasn't stopped analysts from casting their eyes to 2026. One of the first major mock drafts for 2026 came from Jordan Reed of ESPN, and it has already sparked significant conversation. In his mock draft, Reed has the Miami Dolphins selecting cornerback Jermaine McCoy in the first round. Now, this may seem premature, but with Jaylen Ramsey potentially on the trade block, Miami could be in the market for a young, dynamic defensive back, and McCoy, with his impressive skills, certainly fits the bill. McCoy's journey is one that has already caught the attention of many. Originally a three-star recruit out of White House High School, McCoy had a solid start to his career at Oregon State. As a freshman, he played in 11 games and logged over 400 snaps at cornerback for the Beavers. He made an immediate impact with 21 tackles, 8 assists, and a couple of interceptions. His ball skills were evident as he notched up 4 pass breakups, showing that he wasn't just another cornerback. He was someone who could make plays. Those performances caught the eye of several big-time programs, and McCoy ultimately transferred to Tennessee, where he hoped to take his game to the next level. In 2024, McCoy suited up for the Tennessee Volunteers and immediately made an impact. Though he played in just 4 games, McCoy's numbers were still impressive. He made 9 tackles and had 3 pass breakups, but it was his elite performance in coverage that really stood out. When targeted by opposing quarterbacks, McCoy posted a QB rating of just 30.2, a number that screams potential. That kind of performance could be the reason why analysts, like those at CBS Sports, are already predicting McCoy to be a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. If that holds true, McCoy would be the first defensive back from Tennessee selected in the first round since Eric Berry in 2010, an honor that would solidify his place in Tennessee's football history. Tennessee's defense was one of the main reasons the Volunteers made it to the college football playoff last season. While they lost some key contributors to the NFL Draft, including edge rusher James Pierce, McCoy is expected to step up and be one of the leaders on the defensive side of the ball in 2025. His ability to cover receivers, break up passes, and create turnovers will be crucial for a Tennessee defense looking to continue its dominance. For McCoy, 2025 could be a breakout year that propels him from a promising cornerback to a potential top 20 pick in the upcoming draft. When analysts talk about McCoy, they praise his awareness and physicality, noting that he's an active player who is always engaged in the game. His ability to read routes and his ball skills set him apart from other cornerbacks. He's not just a player who defends, he's a player who actively creates opportunities for turnovers. The 4 interceptions he recorded last season were no fluke. His ability to jump routes and make plays on the ball is something that will catch the eye of NFL scouts. As he continues to develop, McCoy could very well be one of the top cornerbacks in the country heading into the 2026 draft. In his first season at Tennessee, McCoy's ability to make an impact in a limited amount of playing time was nothing short of impressive. He wasn't given a starting role right away, but he made the most of his opportunities when he was on the field. His performances in coverage were especially eye-catching, as his ability to shut down receivers and limit big plays made him a valuable asset to the Tennessee defense. McCoy's rise as a top prospect is indicative of his work ethic and dedication to improving his game, which bodes well for his future in college football and beyond. For McCoy, the 2025 season is shaping up to be a critical year in his development. He's shown flashes of brilliance, but now it's time to put it all together. With the Tennessee Volunteers likely to be a contender once again, McCoy will have the opportunity to prove himself on the big stage. If he continues to play at a high level and improve his game, there's no doubt that he'll be one of the top cornerbacks available in the 2026 NFL Draft. His name is already being mentioned among the elite prospects for next year, and it's clear that the potential for McCoy's rise to the first round is very much a real possibility. But it's not just about McCoy's individual talent. It's also about the situation he finds himself in. Tennessee's defense will need someone to step up and lead, and McCoy is primed to do just that. His experience, combined with his natural abilities, makes him a key player for the Volunteers as they look to build on their playoff appearance. With the national spotlight on Tennessee once again, McCoy will have ample opportunity to showcase his skills and prove that he's worthy of being a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Looking ahead, McCoy is already generating buzz, and if he continues to play at a high level in 2025, his name will only climb higher on draft boards. There's always the risk of a prospect underperforming or getting injured, but based on what we've seen from McCoy so far, the future looks bright. Scouts will be watching closely, and if his performance matches the hype, we could be looking at one of the most coveted cornerbacks in the 2026 class. For McCoy, the road to the NFL is well within reach, and the 2025 season will be his chance to solidify his place among the best. In conclusion, while it may seem early to talk about the 2026 NFL Draft, McCoy is already being viewed as a potential first-round pick. His performances at Oregon State and Tennessee have proven that he has the talent to succeed at the highest levels of college football. With a strong 2025 season, McCoy could be one of the top cornerbacks off the board in 2026. If he continues to develop and stay healthy, there's no doubt that his name will be called in the first round, marking the start of what could be an illustrious career in the NFL. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? It's been a crazy week in the NFL world, and as always, the Miami Dolphins are at the center of the storm. Just when fans thought the team was on track to be one of the most exciting offenses in the league, a bombshell was dropped that no one saw coming. Jaylen Waddle, the Dolphins' dynamic wide receiver, just revealed something that sent shockwaves through the entire franchise. He's no longer playing alongside Tyreek Hill. Yes, you heard that right. The duo that had been lighting up the field with big plays and insane speed is no longer working in unison. And this revelation has sent a wave of speculation, concern, and confusion through both fans and analysts alike. Now, to give a bit of context, Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle were supposed to be one of the most feared wide receiver tandems in the NFL. Hill, the blazing fast receiver with Super Bowl rings to his name, and Waddle, the young stud with elite quickness, had everyone thinking they could be the next great duo in the NFL. Their combination of speed and skill gave Miami a serious offensive weapon. Opposing teams had to devise entire game plans just to contain them, and defenses were constantly on edge when they faced the Dolphins. But now, the unthinkable has happened. Jaylen Waddle's admission that he's no longer playing alongside Tyreek Hill has thrown everything into question. Fans were left wondering, what happened behind the scenes? Was it a personal issue? A dispute within the locker room? Or maybe there's something deeper going on within the Dolphins organization that we just don't know about yet. Let's take a step back and think about the situation from Waddle's perspective. He's been with the Dolphins for a few seasons now, and while Hill has brought a ton of attention and success to the team, Waddle has always been seen as the second fiddle. For someone as talented as him, that can be frustrating. He's shown flashes of brilliance and has the potential to be a #1 receiver in the league, yet has often been overshadowed by Hill's larger-than-life persona and accolades. Could this be a case of Waddle wanting to step out from under Hill's shadow and prove that he's capable of leading the team on his own? It's also worth noting that the Dolphins' offense, while explosive, has had its fair share of struggles. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has been under scrutiny for his consistency and ability to stay healthy, and there have been issues with the offensive line not providing him with enough time in the pocket. With so much pressure on the offense to perform, could this breakup between Waddle and Hill be a sign of deeper issues within the team structure? Maybe Waddle feels like he's not being used to his full potential, and that could explain his decision to part ways, so to speak, with Hill on the field. Another thing to consider is the nature of the NFL business. Players are always looking for ways to maximize their value and secure their future. It could be that Waddle sees his best opportunity to truly elevate his career if he's no longer tied to Hill's shadow. In a league where contracts and endorsements matter just as much as performance on the field, it's possible that Waddle is thinking long-term. If he gets a chance to become the true #1 guy on the Dolphins or another team, his market value could skyrocket. For him, this could be the start of a new chapter where he's finally seen for what he truly is, a superstar in the making. This situation also raises questions about the Dolphins' future. If Waddle and Hill are no longer on the same page, how will this affect the team's dynamic moving forward? The Dolphins had high expectations coming into this season, with many analysts predicting them to be a serious contender in the AFC. But with Waddle stepping away from Hill, will the offense still be as potent as it once was? Can they still rely on their explosive playmakers, or has the chemistry that made their offense so dangerous been permanently damaged? Furthermore, how will the Dolphins manage this on a tactical level? Hill is still one of the most dangerous wide receivers in the league, but without Waddle as his sidekick, opposing defenses will focus all their attention on Hill. This could significantly impact Miami's passing attack, especially if the team doesn't have another viable option to take the pressure off him. The pressure will now fall on players like Cedric Wilson and Braxton Berrios to step up and fill the void. But can they really replicate what Waddle brought to the table? And let's not forget about Tua Tagovailoa. The young quarterback is still learning the ropes of the NFL, and he was starting to build some real chemistry with both Waddle and Hill. Now, with Waddle stepping back from the duo, will Tua be able to adapt to this sudden shift? He'll have to find new ways to get the ball to Hill, while also developing trust with the other receivers. This might be a difficult adjustment period, but it's one that the Dolphins will have to go through if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. There's also the matter of leadership within the Dolphins' locker room. Tyreek Hill has been a vocal leader since he arrived in Miami, bringing a level of swagger and confidence to the team that was needed after years of mediocrity. But with Waddle now stepping away from Hill, does this mean a power shift in the locker room? Who will step up as the leader of the offense now? Will it be Hill, or will it be Tua? Or maybe someone else entirely? One thing is for sure, this situation isn't going to go away anytime soon. The Dolphins will have to address it publicly, whether they want to or not. Fans will demand answers, and the media will continue to probe for more details. Everyone is wondering what led to this breaking point between Waddle and Hill. Was it a simple miscommunication, or was it something deeper that had been brewing for some time? Whatever the reason, this split is bound to have ripple effects throughout the organization, and it could change the trajectory of the Dolphins' season. As we wait for more details to emerge, one thing is clear. The Miami Dolphins are facing a crisis of confidence. The team that was once built around the dynamic duo of Waddle and Hill is now left trying to pick up the pieces. The questions surrounding their relationship are only the beginning, and it remains to be seen how the Dolphins will respond. Will they rally around Hill and keep their offense humming, or will this internal struggle derail their playoff dreams? One thing's for sure, the drama surrounding the Dolphins is far from over, and this season is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable in recent memory. For now, the only thing we know is that the Miami Dolphins offense is facing some serious changes. Whether it's for better or worse, only time will tell. But the departure of Jaylen Waddle from Tyreek Hill's side is one of the most shocking developments in the NFL this season, and it's guaranteed to be a story we'll be talking about for a long time. Stay tuned, because things are about to get a lot more interesting in Miami. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.